This is not how I was actually hoping to start this live video. Um, it is now raining. We was actually we're over at the town city park. We'll be here till tomorrow morning, and I was over at the little picnic area trying to charge up, and then the rain started coming down, so I had to rush back over here, get the dogs out of the rain. But anyways, hello everybody that's watching. If there's any more people, 'cause YouTube doesn't always tell me how many people is actually watching. Right now we are in, I think I just mentioned it, we are in Toledo, Washington, which is about 3 miles east of, what town were we in? Winlock, Washington. We were just working at a farm over there for about 4 or 5 days in Winlock. And then we left the farm 2 days ago. Got here yesterday around lunchtime and had a flat. Matter of fact, actually we had an air bubble, and it was so loud. I was downtown Toledo, and we're like right in front of this lady's barber shop or hair salon, whatever it's called, and the air bubble blew, and it sounded like an explosion went off. Scared the hell out of me. And excuse me, the lady and a customer. Well, the customer ended up taking me up to a nearby town to get a couple tires, and the lady from the hair salon paid for it. So if you're watching, thank you. I had no spares left. I got one spare now. I'm gonna try to get a couple more spares. So anyways, we are still currently trying to get down south to the Oregon-Washington state border. The only thing I'm really worried about right now is as far as I know, the nearest access point for us to be able to get across into Oregon is from Longview down into Rainier. But the problem is, I've noticed when I was here 8 years ago that almost all the bridges that go over the state borderline, you're not allowed to cross any of them. You can cross the one in the Portland, Vancouver area, but you're not allowed to cross the other ones if you're walking like I do. I hope this tarp holds up, because I don't know. I don't think this rainfly is waterproof yet. I need to deal with that. But and the one in Rainier, or the one in Longview that goes into Rainier, has none of these bridges have any siding. There's no shoulder on these highways, and they won't let us walk on the freeway. So that's the reason why we're going through these smaller towns, which is really nice. You know, Toledo seems like a really, really nice town. I hate to admit it, the only disappointment I have is they quote-unquote have free Wi-Fi all over downtown and here at the parks, but then their free Wi-Fi is really just 30 minutes of like free Wi-Fi access, and then you gotta pay. They give you like different pay options, which is what I'm using right now, because if I use my other phone's hotspot, y'all would never be able to see what's going on. Let's see if we got no live messages. Oh, that sucks. So anyways, the dogs now finally got some harnesses. We also got them, we gave them a bath today. A lady came by. She does grooming for dogs. So a animal rescue or something along that line gave her, for me, 2 harnesses. I have to go to the bathroom. Thank you. Thanks for telling me. Anyways, we got them 2 harnesses, some rain gear, and some winter gear. The only things now that I need for the dogs, I'm trying to get them some shoes, but eventually I want to also get them some dog packs too, so they can carry their own stuff. And then let me see if I can probably adjust this light. Y'all give me a second. Is this it? Yep, there we go. Sweet, there we go. All right. That's a solar light, by the way, and it's very, very powerful. That's why I love solar panels. Yeah, if I didn't have my solar panels, I'd honestly be dead in the water when you think about it. But anyways, yeah, so we got all that fixed, we got all that done, and I'm still hopeful that we can at least try to get a couple more sheep, or try to get some sheep, and then, like I said, I got that job in Oregon I got to go do, and get some more chickens from that job, hopefully. So I am very hopeful, but I am kind of nervous about my wagon's tires. I think I'm probably gonna have to cut down on some of the weight of the tires. I mean, some of the weight in the wagon, and see if that could probably help. I really don't like the dogs having to pull so much weight with me. I mean, I could pull a lot of it, but Marmaduke, being big and buff he automatically wants to start pulling, which is fine. But up until recently, since he had his harness, the collar on his neck is not made for dogs. It's actually made for like calves and stuff like that, baby cows or whatever, or just farm animals in general. And when it pulls on his neck, I feel like it's hurting him. So even with the harnesses now, I think I'm still gonna try to get rid of some of this weight. What else do we got going on? I'm trying to think. Oh, so we stayed. Let me think. The other night we stayed over at a Park and Go, which is kind of new to me because we don't have that down in Texas. Oh, here comes the rain. Oh, never mind. I guess it stopped for a second. Weird. Yeah, we don't have Park and Goes in Texas. At least I don't think we do. I've never seen them down there. And we spent the night at one near the freeway the other day. And this guy across the street, oh my gosh, he literally just in his truck. I don't know if he was drunk or not, but he kept hollering at people, kept yelling at people, and it causes Marmaduke to bark. So with Marmaduke barking, I can't sleep, and if I can't sleep, I get pissed. And he just kept yelling and yelling, and then he's yelling at us because Marmaduke's barking at him. So that really didn't help. But man, I was really hoping to do this like actually outside. Kind of annoyed that it's raining right now. Oh, let's see. What do we got going on today? I guess the guy still has to go use the restroom. Oh well. Rex, I swear you crack me up, dude. Oh, yeah. The town here has been really cool though. We made a post yesterday and it finally got accepted earlier today. So half of it really didn't count, but you know, we've had a lot. Well, not just the town of Toledo, just a lot of these towns. Warden, by the way, for those in Warden, thank you for all the help y'all gave, especially to those that put us to work, and to a certain man, I'm not going to put his name out, but who not only let us work for him, but he gave us this this bike wagon that I'm using for the chicks, for the baby chickens. So now it's my mobile chicken coop. And he also let us stay at his place for a couple of nights, which was really nice. He didn't have to do that, but he did. And eventually, hello, how are you? I can't, Shikai. I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but hello. And then eventually we ended up getting picked up and we were in Winlock for about 4 or 5 days, and then I decided it was time to go. Shikai. I'm sorry. Shikai, something like that. You did it right. Okay. The name stuff always mind boggles me. But yeah, Warden was a really nice town. Odessa was a really nice town. I love Central and Western Washington. I love Washington in general, honestly. I mean, I don't enjoy going through the cities. I'm pretty sure a lot of people here will agree. You know, going through cities, any city really, here in the United States, in the last... Yeah, it is like 7:30. Well, it's past 7:30. It's I think the nights out here are starting to get shorter, or no, they're starting to get longer. The days are getting shorter, which is fine. You know, we got winter gear for all of us. Yeah, Washington State's just been a very good state. It's definitely it's a lot better now. You're in the middle of the ocean on an island, or are you on a boat? If you're on a boat, I'm jealous. I would love. I've been wanting to do this for years. I've always wanted to get just a small. It could be like a small sailboat, or it could be. Oh, you live in Hawaii. That's awesome. I always wanted to go to Hawaii. The only reason I didn't go was because they got a apparently from what I've read, I don't know if it's true, but apparently there's a lot of bad homelessness going on in Hawaii, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want people thinking I'm a part of that. So, how long are you in Toledo, and how do you get money? Well, I am going to be in Toledo until tomorrow morning. They told us we could be here until 12 around lunchtime. After that, I'm going to be walking. We have 25 murders last month. What's your opinion on men in competing sports and women's sports? I don't agree with it at all. I think there was it a soccer team, I believe it was, recently forfeited a game that's supposed to happen, I think, this week or next, because there was a man on the opposite team. The whole Nanakuli side is all homeless tents. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I've seen the videos and such. Yeah, I don't agree with men competing in women's sports, and I honestly don't agree in women competing in men's sports. You know, there's physical. So you're pretending to be homeless. I never said I was homeless. I'm pretty sure you live here. I literally put on that post on Facebook, we're not homeless. I'm a traveler. I never told people we were homeless. I don't like being called homeless. I'm not homeless. I got a good, nice sized tent. I try to work every town I go through. I'm not homeless. So, sorry if that disappoints you. Anyways, yeah, I don't agree with the different genders being in the opposite sports. That's just to put it like that. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Hawaii really has that many murders, because honestly, I mean, really, it sounds like reading the text here, it sounds like in a lot of these cities, regardless of where we go, it seems like there's always just a large amount of I don't know, I wouldn't say murders, but in general there's always something going on. You know, it's annoying as hell, if you ask me. But anyways, so let's see. I gotta walk South Jackson Highway. You're traveling on foot instead of car. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I had a car at one point, but the problem was the amount of money just for the upkeep alone, let alone the gas and the insurance. And the fact is, the engine just kept basically screwing on me. I just got tired of it, so I gave it back to the person that bought it for me and told them they can use it. So, and I used to travel by train everywhere. You know, I used to ride freight trains until like 2 years ago. So yeah, we do walk everywhere. I got a very nice wagon set up. You know, I basically forage and collect for food, and I do got the chickens. I'm hoping. You remind me of that show, Alone in the Wilderness. Are you talking about Alone in general, or is there another show called Alone in the Wilderness? Alone is pretty good. I don't like a lot of survival shows. It's not that I think they're fake. I mean, a lot of them are. Naked and Afraid is really not that great of a show. I don't understand why they need to be naked to begin with, especially since you got kids that are watching these. Let's see if I can adjust my light. One second. There we go. All right. There. Anyways, I don't understand. I mean, you got kids watching this stuff, And, you know, I guess to me, kids are so impressionable that I feel like they're going to try to, no, it's called Alone in the Wood. Okay, I'll look it up. Sure. When I'm done here, I'll look that show up. But kids are so impressionable, you know, that I am actually surprised I haven't heard anything about some child trying to copy of what they saw on Naked and Afraid. You know, I think that would actually be very terrifying. You know, and it goes along with other shows too, like Dual Survival. You know, Cody Lundin, he's a really cool guy. Love him to death. But the problem is the guy, I'm trying to remember his name. I think he was a special forces guy or something. Anyways, I need to get better LED lights. Anyways, he ended up telling Cody, you know, it's not a good idea for you to be walking around barefoot when we're up in the northern parts of Norway. You know, because again, you got kids watching this stuff. What are you gonna, what's gonna happen when, 7-year-old Johnny wants to go out in the middle of the snow in nothing but shorts and no footwear, and ends up losing his feet to frostbite or whatever, you know? So I don't really like those shows, but I did watch when I was a kid in the early 2000s. We loved watching Survivor Man. What was it? Les Stroud, I believe it was. Loved watching his videos. And then I was never a fan of, oh God, who was that? Who's that guy from Britain? Brad, what is his name? Bear Grylls, that guy. That is such a fake, you know. If you gotta walk around with a camera crew just to recreate survival stuff and then try to make it seem like you're actually out there, you know, hurt and hungry and such, you know, I can't watch your show. You know, it's really annoying. I'm gonna walk outside. Y'all give me one second. I'm gonna walk outside. Pups, y'all stay here. No barking. Ugh. Give me 1 second. Flip the camera around. There we go. Sweet. See if I can run. Can't really run that much. My I don't know why, but my front legs feel like they're bruised, so I can't really. It's a really nice campground, by the way. It's very cool. They did a good job here, if you ask me. Okay, this is where we were earlier. Tried to run back. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, flip the camera around. There we go. Sweet. Now y'all can actually see me. Right? Yeah? Good? Alright. Alright, nothing new on live chat. So since a lot of y'all are actually pretty new, does anybody got any questions for me? Okay, let's do it like that. There we go. So anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm just nervous trying to get down to Longview, or at least trying to get down to Rainier, because I really don't want to walk over that bridge. I don't want to try to walk over that bridge because I'm honestly, the way people drive, this is one of the reasons why I actually stopped driving, was because of the fact that I can literally be on the side of the road with my wagon, or even if I'm driving, but especially with my wagon, I can have all these flashers on, you know, different LED lights, different, you know, all these different things, trying to tell people where I'm at. And people still won't pay attention to the fact that, hey, look, even during the day, there's someone on the side of the road with 2 dogs in a wagon. And next thing you know, I'm the one getting the cops called because, everybody, I don't know what it is. I feel like everybody believes that, nobody should be walking, everybody should be driving, which is complete bull to me. You know, if I can walk for several miles to the next town, you can do it yourself. And I say that because I know people, I've known people literally who live blocks away, 2 blocks away, no, not even 2 blocks away, a block and a half away from a convenience store, and literally would drive, waste gas just to go to said convenience store and then drive back to their house. When all it takes is 2 minutes for me to walk to that convenience store and then walk back. And it's laziness, but it irritates me because how do you jump on trains with all your stuff? I didn't have a lot of stuff when I was jumping trains. I had a good. Well, it kind of depends on what year we're looking at, but I mean, I had Molly packs, I had Alice packs, I had Soviet packs. I've used bindles and bedrolls. It just depends on what year we're looking at because people like to give us stuff all the time, which I'm not. That's fine. And then, depending on how much stuff we had, that was determining whether we were walking or whether we were going to be riding freight trains. But where are you from and where are you going? From Texas, going down to Oregon right now, at least trying to. But yeah, that determined on whether or not we were going to get on the train. I guess we got kids playing over there somewhere. And I got tired of being on trains. As I said in previous videos, I got tired of it because I felt like let's take some of the southbound lines, right? Are you originally from New Boston, Texas? No, I'm actually from Lufkin, which is south of New Boston. But I've been through New Boston. It's actually a really nice area. Let's take some of the southern lines that go through from Texas out to like Los Angeles, for example, right? You get to see all these nice areas as you're going out. All these even towns you never would have thought about going through because they're off the beaten path. Well, look at it this way. Watch. Okay, you're going. Oh, you just saw a nice town. Oh, you just saw a nice historic house, and now you just Trump or Harris. Oh man, you really gotta ask. Oh man, I don't care for neither. If I had to choose, it would be Trump. I can't stand Harris. Look, I don't usually get very political on my videos. I really try to stay away from it because it's such a division. It's such a topic of divide. My grandmother literally blocked me on Facebook because I just wanted to say the good Lord is with you. Keep the faith. He will give you all you need. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Do you have a Venmo? No. I have a Cash App. I don't really like to put that stuff out because I really don't care much for money. I mean, I don't mind having it, but if I have money, I'd rather work for it. So I usually don't put my Cash App stuff out unless people want to. Good luck with your travels. Well, thank you, James. Maybe you do belong to Toledo. Settling down's really not my thing. I've tried settling down over the years, and well, come on back to Grant County. I might, I might come back through. It's a really nice area. What was I saying? Crap. I keep forgetting. Oh my gosh, I forgot where I was at. Great. I'll pray. Pray. That's better than nothing. I love it when people pray for us. Oh yeah, my grandmother literally blocks me on Facebook because I was asking her questions. How far both in Washington did you go? Let's see. We got picked up in North Dakota. We were working or trying to work for a guy up in the northeastern part of Washington. And how far north in Washington? Oh, yeah, I kind of figured that's what you're saying. We got dropped off near Northport, which is probably the closest I've ever been to Canada. And we were up there for a couple weeks, and I got tired of being there. I really can't stand being in a place after 3 or 4 days. It starts to wear, and people kind of start getting tired of seeing you. So after like 3 or 4 days, I usually leave and go down to the next town. But I was up there for like close to 2 weeks, and there's really nothing to do. I hate to say it was true. There was really nothing to do. So I ended up leaving, and he dropped us off in Kettle Falls, and then we walked a couple miles outside of Kettle Falls and got picked up by a passerby who took us down to Davenport. And then from Davenport, we went to Odessa, where we worked for about 3 or 4 days, camped over there. Really lovely town. If you've never been there, I recommend it. From Odessa, we went to, I'm trying to think, what was that one town? Moses Lake, which really didn't treat us well. But they got a big homeless problem going on, so they probably thought we were homeless. And then we walked all the way down to Warden for a couple of days, and like an idiot, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew it was irrigation water. I didn't realize they put chemicals in the irrigation water, and I ended up drinking quite a bit because we ran out of water. So I never got sick, very surprisingly, but I'm very cautious now on anything irrigation water related. Unless it's well, at least you get to see a lot of the different areas of Washington. Everyone thinks we're all Seattle. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sucks. It was not only Seattle. What's that other city? Spokane. It's either Seattle or Spokane. I've heard Spokane's a lot worse with their homeless population and law enforcement. So, yeah, it's either Seattle or Spokane. It's usually the two cities that come up with like the dangerous areas of Washington. Spokampton, yeah, pretty much. And we are not. Seattle is horrible. Where are you at now? I would love to bring you some smoked salmon tomorrow. I'm at the campground in Toledo, but I'm gonna be walking. I'm gonna be leaving between 10:30 and 12 tomorrow. 12 is our checkout time, so I'll be leaving between 10:30 and 12. And we're gonna be walking the Jackson Highway down to God, what is it? We're basically gonna be walking down towards Longview. Look, I'm the only one out here walking around with a wagon set up, so I mean it's not hard to see us, but we'll be on Jackson Highway. Well, yeah, she blocks me. My grandmother blocks me because she's voting for Harris, and I wasn't being excuse my language, a prick about it. I was just confused on why. Because here's my thing, people. Okay, when she became vice president, one of the very first things she was tasked to do was to go down to the border, and I'm guessing was to come up with a solution for the border crisis, right? Now, mind you, Trump was already in the process of trying to get all that done. Now, when Biden was made office, a lot of the mandates that Trump put in that was actually helping with the border situation, Biden got rid of. That was everything, if I remember correctly, that was everything from doubling Border Patrol, getting the wall put up. I believe actually sections of that wall, both in Texas and New Mexico, and I think even down to Arizona, got torn down. And just all this other stuff that we needed, right? Because here's the thing, people. Y'all got to realize this, okay? A lot of people, for some reason, and I'm sure some of them are, a lot of people think everybody coming up through that border, regardless of what nation they're from, what do you need right now? Really, I'm just trying to get down to Rainier because I really don't feel comfortable walking over the bridge. Food-wise, I mean, I'm always collecting eggs and bacon. I love eggs and bacon. But anyways, you got all these people coming up through the border. We don't know their background. A lot of them, I hate to say it's true, a lot of these people are, I mean, they're known for raping and molesting women and children and all this other horrible stuff. And it's true. I mean, look, she was tasked to go down to the border. When I was with the AP 3%ers, which is a 3% organization, I've probably been down to the border a lot more than she has. And believe me, the stuff you see at the border, especially at night, is some crazy shit. Literally, I remember we actually found a tree with panties, a lot of them belonging to children that were bloodied because the cartels and the coyotes who bring people closer to the border and try to get them over, I mean, they're known for raping women and children. That's literally, they will do that shit. So, you know, I don't I don't agree with everything on the right. I don't agree with everything on the left. But I do agree we do have a very bad situation down at the border that really needs to be dealt with. And that was, do you need dog food at all? I'm in Mossy Rock. I think I have enough dog food for at least 2 or 3 weeks. So it was literally somebody just came by before I started doing the video and dropped off another bag of dog food. So I think we're good for a while. I got dog food, I got chicken food, I got quite a bit of food for myself, about a month's worth. So, and our wagon's heavy enough as it is. But yeah, anyways, I do believe we need to get something going on at the border. The problem is, like I was saying, Kamala was apparently supposed to deal with all that, and not one time did I or probably anybody else ever see pictures or video of her even being at the border. If she had actually gone down to the border and tried to fix this situation, I probably would have more respect for her. I don't know if I'd vote for her, but I'd probably still have more respect for her. See, I don't care about the Democratic or the Republican side of things. If the candidate is, do you need anything? I'm in Winlock. I would love some more eggs and bacon and blocks of cheese. I love blocks of cheese. Mozzarella cheese is my favorite. Love it. And the Marble Jack. Oh, and I'm a Diet Dr. Pepper fan, but I love it in the bottle. But water-wise, dog food-wise, and chicken feed-wise, we're good. So, thank you for asking, though. If, like I said, I don't care. If the candidate is actually good on their promises, which most of them aren't, and they actually try to get stuff done, I'm all for them being elected. But if you got a joke like Harris, who honestly, I don't even know what she has done. I don't, because all I remember, think about it. I might live on the road. I do pay attention to what goes on in the country, okay? The only time I remember when Harris first got into office with Biden, the only time I remember her actually being in the news about doing something wasn't even here in the United States. She went to, God, what was it? Some country either in Central or I think it's Central America she went down to. That was it. That was the only time I actually remember hearing. I'm going to try to get up here real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Got tired of standing. That was the only time I remember hearing her do anything. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I really can't think of anything else. And that's not me being negligence. I just don't remember hearing her do anything. And literally, I would literally type in like reasons why Kamala, whatever her name is, Harris needs to be president or qualifies for presidency. And literally the first two reasons that come up is because she's a woman and because she's black. Now, those, in my opinion, and that goes for both sides, I don't care what color you are and I don't care what gender you are. Your gender and your color should not qualify you for being president. Do you play with Magic? Are we talking about the card game or in general? Because I'm not really into Magic. I mean, okay, I won't say I'm not into Magic. I don't know how to do Magic. Excuse me. But I used to play Magic the card game. That's what you're asking. So, Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. Why Trump again? Ooh, no, I don't do any of that. Sorry. I see what you're saying there now. Nope, not my thing. Sorry. I got too much to take care of to be getting on any of that. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I wish they could have probably had somebody else up there besides Trump. I think really, ooh, if I had to choose somebody, I probably would have chose DeSantis. To be quite honest, you know, I probably would have chose him. I think it's time for the country to have somebody young and fresh instead of somebody getting up in age that looks like they're about to die. That's towards both Biden and Trump. And I said the same thing 4 years ago when they were running at the time for the first time, and it's insane that it's always some old guy who barely gets anything done, and that goes for a lot of other presidents. So, oh my god, I got a blistering headache. I guess the rain stopped finally. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Every time I'm either about to leave a town or I'm trying to leave a town, or if I'm just staying somewhere for a couple of days, it's always raining everywhere I go. It's the weirdest thing. It's not just the Northwest, it's literally the whole country. I've been through almost the whole country except for the Northeast, and it's always the same deal. It's always raining, or it's always hot. And people always complain to me, "Oh, well, you're from East Texas. You should be used to the heat." No, Texas has two different heats. If you're in West Texas, you got that really nice dry heat. Dry heat I can deal with. If you're in East Texas, though, you got that very bad humid heat that feels like you're waking up in a southern Louisiana swamp. That's what it feels like in East Texas. And if I wake up and I feel like I'm in a swamp, I'm gonna be having a bad day because I do not feel like being like I'm being in a swamp. I wake up, my clothes are like they're dirty enough to the point where they're just what's that called? They're sweaty, is what it is. Not dirty, but they're sweaty, and I hate smelling sweaty clothes. It's disgusting. I try to wash my clothes as often as I can, whether in a river or at a laundromat or whatever. I'll throw them up on in a washer, and then I'll put them up to dry somewhere. That's how much I hate smelling badly. I'll bathe in a creek if I have to. I do not like smelling bad. You know, um, the dogs just got a bath today. I think I mentioned that earlier. First time in a while. It's first time for Luna to have a bath. I think first time in a couple years Marmaduke's had a bath, and boy, that dog needed one. Excuse me. But God, what else was I going to talk about? I'm trying to remember. We upgraded our solar system again. I forgot I had another solar panel in my pack that I bought last year in Colorado, and I forgot I had it because I haven't used it much due to the fact that half the time the damn thing don't even want to work. I can literally have a phone or a tab or my tablet or whatever hooked up to it, and it barely will charge my phone. But if I hook up my backup battery banks or my battery banks in general, it will charge it no problem. So now I'm just using it for my battery banks, and then my newer solar panel I'm just mainly keeping for my phones and such. But I am trying to find a adapter of sorts. I want to find one that charges that could charge rechargeable batteries, or AAA and double A's, because I do carry radio systems. If you need anything, I'm out in Rochester. Where's Rochester at? I haven't been out here in 8 years, so I'm really not familiar with what towns are where. Is it south of where I'm at right now? I can't remember because I'm in Toledo still. Got notifications from YouTube popping up. But anyways, because I do carry I carry radio systems and stuff like that that I actually talk through, and it needs a. Rochester is the other way. Oh man, um, I don't want to go all the way back up north. Going going to Olympia. Trying to remember. I can't get off video because if I do, it'll cut the video off. Man, I wish I had my state map with me over here. You think about gold panning. I've heard you could do that out here. I mean, I would love to. You see the problem is, it seems like a lot of the areas where people are finding gold is rivers. Rochester is north of you. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, and I'm heading south. I want to go gold panning, but the problem is, it seems like a lot of the areas where you can is technically private property, and I don't feel like trespassing. I'm not into that stuff, so I would love to if somebody would let me, sure. But yeah, I'm not into trespassing. That's one of the reasons why I stopped riding freight trains. Oh, what else? Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find. Yeah, if I can find an adapter like like a USB. Usually, you could do it in Rivers public area. I mean, if that's possible, sure. Yeah, I would love to do that. That. I mean, it sounds like fun. I've had people try to get me to do it. I just, I've either been too busy or it's on private land. So, but I mean, if I can go to a public river, then yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, if I could find the like a USB you fish, yes, and without, yeah, I don't want to go into that. Uh, I don't carry licenses for that stuff. I don't care. I don't believe in having a license to hunt. I don't believe in having a license to fish. Personal message me. I can come to you. Um, Manuel, are you on my Facebook group, or did you see my Facebook post on the Toledo page? Because if so, I'll message you on there. I mean, YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Let me explain something. I've been wanting to say this for years. I've been on YouTube since YouTube started back in 2005. This is actually my fourth channel. My last one got deleted, and I have no access to my other two. Don't ask what it is. I'm not telling y'all what those channels are. I was so stupid as a kid. My videos are like literally retarded to look at. Okay, I remember when YouTube. This tells y'all how old I am. I remember when YouTube used to actually let you talk to people private message wise to other channels, to other channel creators. And when Google got rid of that, that was the worst decision. I think that was the worst decision ever, because I honestly, what if two creators want to talk to each other and try to get they want to do some private content or whatever the hell, and then upload the video. I mean, yeah, we all have Google and Facebook and stuff like that, but at the same time, I miss being able to actually privately talk to somebody. So Google, you need to, yeah, yeah, Bud knows what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh my god. And I remember literally, the internet was so different back then, dude. Like, I remember you could literally, like, you could upload any picture you wanted as a background. And I was a huge wrestling fan, so I'd have like Kane or DX or whoever it was as a background, and it would like repeat the image, like small versions. And then when Google bought YouTube, they got rid of that. Google got rid of a lot of things. Let's see. Sent you a message in Kitsap. Working, be there tomorrow. Hold on, I didn't get to read that. Doing remote. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're actually pretty close. Okay. Yeah, YouTube. Google got rid of a lot of really cool things that YouTube was offering at the time. Like, if they would just give you the option to switch back to like 2005, 2006 YouTube, that would actually be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't believe in having licenses for fishing and hunting. Maybe back then when a lot of people were doing it, but look at it this way. Most of these people, if you were to ask some random kid or even a young adult where their food comes from, eggs, fish, meat, etc., they're just going to tell you it comes from the grocery store. And I say that because I've literally have seen, and I've even talked to people about this who don't really understand where our food comes from. I've had people try to get me to get rid of my chickens because of this, but they're like, well, if you can work and you can make money, you could just go to the grocery store because that's where all the eggs or the meat or whatever comes from. And these people have no idea how the food chain system works, you know. So it's like, if that's the case, I'm not gonna worry about getting a fishing license. I'm not gonna worry about getting a hunting license. I don't do it often, really, to be having law enforcement up my ass. Excuse my language, but I honestly don't believe, and I understand why they say that we need to have a license. Supposedly, it helps like repopulate the fish, and I don't understand the hunting part of it. But at the same time, if I'm in a situation where, for example, if I had a family that needs to be fed, several kids and a wife or whatever, I'm not going to spend more money to get a stupid hunting license. I'm going to go over and I'm going to drive out to the nearest national forest and I'm going to go and get me a big old buck and I'm going to skin him and I'm going to have his hide and I'm going to feed my family with all that meat, whether people like it or not. You know, I'm not going to, I'm literally not going to be relying on store-bought stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, actually, is because, I mean, literally the walk between Winlock to here in Toledo, I've collected 12 apples from a tree. There's a lot of dewberries out here. I'm a huge fan of berries. Dewberries, blackberries, blueberries, you name it. I'm a huge fan of it. And I've collected so many dewberries. And if you're watching and you're from Toledo and you had to move out of the way, I'm sorry, but I had to get those dewberries. And I've collected pears off of some trees too that were like right next to the road. And I trust that food more than I trust the food coming from the grocery store. And that should say something, you know? So, anyways, well, it looks like the rain's picking back up. Should probably go throw my other tarp on later. I'm hoping, since we got several people here, could somebody look up what the weather is supposed to be like tomorrow here in Toledo so I know whether or not I need to find cover somewhere? I really don't feel like being rained on walking down to the next town because that sucks. That adds weight to my wagon and it sucks. Oh, what else? Oh, and that goes on for something else, because I mean, there's a lot of people, probably half this country, really complaining about food sources stuff. Thank you, Brianna. Look, everybody's complaining about food insecurity and stuff like that, which is a real thing. But that's why for years I've been saying on this channel since 2017. It's actually mainly since the COVID pandemic started up. I remember seeing high of 68 with clouds and some rain. Rain 67 degrees. All right, thank you guys. It's good to know. I remember when the pandemic started up, and I mean, there's footage of this. I remember seeing the lines of people. Do you need a tent? I actually have I have two different tents. I have a 2-person pup tent and an 8 to 10-person large tent. So I'm actually good on tents right now, and I got a couple tarps, but thank you. Okay, since we brought that up, I got that. I have 2 winter sleeping bags that go down to the negatives, so I'm good on that. Plus, I got the dogs. And then I got 3 military winter blankets that help very well. So we're pretty good. I feel like I'm getting something in my throat. But yeah, I remember seeing the line of cars and realizing, because I mean, if you ask the average person, how much food they got in their pantry, they might have something for a couple of days up to a week or two, compared to back then, especially during the Depression and prior, where people literally would have months of food stored up. But that's because people didn't go out to McDonald's. Even if they had it back then, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't have gone, or at least I would hope not to. They wouldn't. That's the problem. People want to go out and they want to go eat, which is fine, but they spend so much money and so much time. Grab Mulligan along the way. Mulligan or Mulligan? I'm confused. Sorry, Kate. People want to go out and eat, which again is nice, but this day and age, it's so expensive. Literally, I can't even look at it this way. I remember when Taco Bell's 5 liter burrito came out, and a lot of y'all probably know where I'm going out with this. Remember, it was 89 cents. That was like what, 2004, 2005. Now the 5 liter burrito literally costs almost $6 to get. That's insane. Oh, I need to look into that. Yeah, I think I got a book that actually talks about that. But yeah, people literally will spend that much money for a burrito, or they'll go to Starbucks, which I'll admit I am a Starbucks guy, and they'll pay a large amount of money for one drink, and then will complain about food and gas prices. And it's like, bro, what are you spending money on? That's like that's my problem with people. Is I feel like a lot of people, and I'm not trying to attack anybody, but I feel like a lot of people are spending money on things that they really don't need. It's like with the video games. I know one guy. He had a crap ton of video games, dude, and a crap ton of systems for it. And the amount of money I'm pretty sure he spent on it probably could have lasted him for quite a bit if he spent it wisely. Okay, cool. Thank you, Brianna. Yeah, like I said, we have to be out by 12. I will be leaving between 10:30 and 12, but depending on the rain situation. You sound like an old-fashioned great dad. Oh, that's amazing. I haven't heard that before. At least I don't think I have. Like I said, we're depending on how the rain's supposed to be tomorrow, seeing you, and you're gonna get tired of seeing them. Oh, did my video go out? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, if my video goes out, it's probably because I gotta pay for the Wi-Fi again. That's so ridiculous, dude. Why? Okay, this is for everybody. It's just not for the town of Toledo. Why are you gonna name your town's Wi-Fi free, but then expect us to pay for it? That makes no sense. That's insane. Okay, I've literally have already spent maybe, let's see, I did a day pass yesterday for like $7.50, and then I did a 2-hour pass earlier before I did the video. I'm probably gonna have to pay for another 2-hour pass here in a minute. But anyways, yeah, and once that happens, I'm just about out of money. Crap. Oh my god, they could have at least gave me a coupon code, which is offered on it, since I spent almost all my money just to get in this campsite for 2 days. What was I saying? Yeah, I feel like people are spending, an abstract amount of money on things that they really don't need. Video games, TVs, people literally. How many states have you been able to see? I've literally, except for Alaska and Hawaii, I've been to every state except for the Northeast. I've never been through Pennsylvania. Let's see, I've been through Virginia, and I believe I may have been to Maryland, but I was probably a child when I did that, and I've been to DC, but I don't count that. Anything north of DC and Pennsylvania, I've never been to. Yeah, people spend a crap ton of money on video games and consoles. PS5s and the new Xboxes were like almost $1,000 when they came out a couple years ago. Damn it, Stroud, get out. What's wrong with James? And it's insane. I don't understand why people would want to spend that much money and then complain that they have no food later on. It's literally insane. It's the same people that will go and they got 2 or 3 kids and they got some job. Oh, okay, my bad. Um, they'll go and spend all this money on like scratch offs and cigarettes and booze, and then will literally get on Facebook and have the audacity to complain that they have no money for food and everything. And it's like, come on, bro. This is people can spend their money on what they want. I'm not gonna stop them from doing it. If they want to spend $1,000 on a gaming console, let them. But I honestly don't feel like you have. I honestly don't feel like you should be complaining later on too, when you have no food or anything else that you need for you or your family. That's the crazy part. Oh, I agree. They are pretty much effed here in America. It's insane. The people look, people younger than me, 18, 19, 20 years old, somehow have. Oh, I thought somebody walked up behind me. Somehow have thousands to millions of dollars and can get these nice Porsches and Lamborghinis. Yet you still got families out there struggling with stuff they actually need, and it's mind-boggling. I don't even know what I'll be able to do with that amount of money for with the cars that they have. I definitely probably wouldn't be getting the cars. Why? You only need a car to go from your house to work, and that's it, and then back, or to go grocery shopping. That's about it. You know, it doesn't. I feel like people are missing the point and what really matters. Especially since the mid to late '90s, when the internet was actually starting to become a big thing than what it was in the '80s. I feel like a lot of people are missing the priorities, and I honestly feel that the youth, the kids, the young adults, I feel like they're suffering for it, and it sucks because we don't lack money in the states. We lack drive and education, real education. They seem like a when we were up in Odessa. See, my Wi-Fi is probably going out. We actually collected like, I think, anywhere between 3 to 5 dozen wool socks. So I'm actually pretty good on socks. I actually had to give it to a lady that we're friends with, and she put it away for us because we had so much socks. I didn't have room for it. So we're actually good on socks. I'm good on clothing. The dogs are fine, except I do need shoes for them. That's about it. Um, but yeah, like I said, the kids and the youth, the young adults, everybody's suffering from it, and I honestly feel like like Kay was just saying, we lack the drive and the education, but we also we lack the care. You know, lately when I've been going through these towns, for example, up here in Washington, I mean, you can't go through a town without seeing several apple trees. And it's like, how do you get your shoes for the dogs and what size? Do you have a planned spot later? Um, I don't know what size my dog's feet are. I mean, Marmaduke is probably somewhere between a medium and a large, and I'm probably gonna say Luna is probably the same. Um, for a planned spot later, I know there's like 6.5 miles south of here. I know there's a truck stop. I figured we'd stop there tomorrow night if we are able to get there. And it's going to take me like 2 or 3 hours to get there. So, I mean, if anybody wants to find us for whatever reason, if you can't find us on Jackson Highway, that's part of where we are. Um, just looking for a way to get a package to you. Okay, if you could find, I think you've already have my Facebook page. I'm gonna have to get off here in about 10-15 minutes because my tablet's dying. Um, I'll put this out there because I don't expect people to do this, but if people really want to for whatever reason, um, if you want to send us something, all you got to do is go to Facebook, find my Facebook page, Roadrunner the Texas Hobo. If you want to go over and send us something, get a hold of either me or one of the people on the admins. It's people I've known for quite a while. And what we do to get packages from people we actually know is we'll stay in a town for a little bit longer than what we're used to. There's a system where what's it called? General delivery is how we get our packages and stuff like that. So if I give you the address of the post office and you have a package, all you got to do is just write general delivery on the package, so they know to hold it for me, and then I can come and pick it up. So that's usually how we get packages when people want to send us stuff. My God, I look tired. Jesus. Um, yeah, we to finish this conversation, we lack the care. We lack the how many people are in your traveling community? Can we look forward to them coming through also? Um, the problem is, and empathy. Yeah, empathy. We do lack empathy. That's the other problem. The problem for me, a lot of my friends are dead actually. Oh yeah, Shoestring's dead, Stove is dead, Hobo Mud retired, Stu the Jew's dead, Cooter retired. God, yeah, everybody's either retired or dead. Like the only other travel friend I know that actually lives up here in the Northwest would be Aaron Fletcher, but he's down in Oregon, and he usually stays either in the Asheville area or in some of the other towns that surround the Asheville area. Which I do hope I can actually get to see him this year or next when I go down to Oregon. Yeah, a lot of my friends are dead, and I don't associate with a lot of travelers, not because I don't want. Oh my gosh, Jesus! See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I got 1 hour. I can actually do this. 1 hour, and then I got to go to bed because I'm completely out of money. So, um, what was I saying? Gotta put this away. Yeah, thank you, Toledo, for making me pay for Wi-Fi. So, anyways, yeah, just to finish this up, because my tablet's gonna die pretty soon. Matter of fact, probably bring my charger out. Yeah, a lot of my people are dead, sadly. You know, and it sucks because they're gone, and then it's like the only ways you can actually remember them, unless you knew them personally, is just through their videos, and it sucks because it's like, I don't know. I wonder what's gonna happen with me. You know, when I was gonna run for Hobo King, a lot of people, well, some people, I won't say a lot, but some people basically put it that it didn't really matter about my past accomplishments because I wasn't Hobo King, and that kind of irrates me, you know. So I do wonder what would happen once I died, from an accident or whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll give it. Let's see, we're at an hour and 4 minutes. I'll give it another couple minutes. If anybody has questions they want to ask, feel free to ask. I do got to get back to the dogs and take a shower here pretty soon, and hopefully try to fall asleep tonight. But let's see. Did I miss any comments when we're offline? Let's see here. Let's see. No, doesn't look like I missed anything. Wow, this is probably the most comments I've gotten in a while. Yep. Give it a couple more minutes. Anybody wants to say anything, I'll be more than happy to answer. Tell you what, though, I'm definitely going to be getting a garden going pretty soon. If I could find those garden hangers that you would hang like from your sailing or whatever, and just hang it off the side of my cart, that would actually be pretty cool. Have some onions and garlic and potatoes growing. That'd be nice. Definitely need to get a couple more water filters. I'm down to my last one. see, does this thing have, what is this? Retouch on. Okay. I don't know what retouch does. Retouch is off. I'm trying to see what these buttons do. I don't usually mess with any of this. That's share. Okay. And looks like that's it. I wonder, can I switch the camera like this? Orientation is locked. Rotate device bag. Oh, come on, YouTube. Seriously? I can't even rotate my tablet? Are you serious? Come on, dude. Fine. That's annoying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thank you guys for watching. God bless everybody. Like I said, for those who are out here, if you want to chat with us, I'm more than willing to chat. We're going to go ahead and walk South Jackson Highway tomorrow and try to get to that truck stop, and then we'll walk the rest down to Longview, I guess, unless somebody gives us a ride to Rainier. So anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Love y'all.